Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a world filled with cunning masterminds, daring getaways, and mind-blowing amounts of stolen cash. From meticulously planned heists to bold daylight robberies, these are the top 10 biggest robberies in history, and some of them are still unsolved to this day. 10. The Dunar Armored Robbery, $18.9 million. Kicking off our list is the largest cash robbery in the history of the United States. In 1997, Alan Pace, a regional safety inspector for Dunar Armored, used his insider knowledge to plan the perfect heist. He recruited 5 friends, bypassed all the security systems, and stole nearly $19 million in just 30 minutes from a Los Angeles facility. The gang was extremely careful, wearing gloves, avoiding cameras, and even staging it on a holiday weekend. They were nearly in the clear, but one member made the mistake of paying a real estate agent in cash wrapped in original bank bands. That led authorities straight to the gang. Pace is still serving time, but most of the money was never recovered. 9. The Securitas Depot Robbery, $83 million. In 2006, a gang disguised as police officers kidnapped the manager of the Securitas cash depot in Tunbridge, Kent, along with his family, and forced him to help them access the vault. It was a terrifying but meticulously executed plan. The robbers walked away with over £53 million, equivalent to about $83 million today. Several members were caught, but only a portion of the cash has been recovered. The rest? Still missing. 8. The British Bank of the Middle East Robbery, $100 million. During the Lebanese Civil War, a group linked to the Palestinian Liberation Organization broke into the British Bank of the Middle East in Beirut. Using explosives to blast through walls and locksmiths flown in from Europe, the gang looted the vault for 2 full days, walking away with over $100 million in gold, jewels, stocks, and currency. No one was ever arrested, and none of the stolen items were recovered. It remains one of the most successful and mysterious bank robberies in history. 7. The Nightsbridge Security Deposit Robbery, $97 million. Italian gangster Valerio Vici was no stranger to bank jobs, but the Nightsbridge heist was his most audacious. He and an accomplice entered the deposit center in London under the guise of opening a safety deposit box. Once inside, they pulled out guns, tied up the staff, and hung a closed sign on the door, then let in their crew. They looted boxes for hours and got away with an estimated $97 million in cash, jewelry, and valuables. Vici later returned to England to retrieve his Ferrari, and that's when the police nabbed him. 6. The Banko Central Burglary, $70 million. In one of the most cinematic heists ever, a Brazilian gang spent 3 months digging a tunnel from a rented house to the vault of Banko Central in Fortaleza. The tunnel was 256 feet long, complete with air conditioning and lighting. On a quiet weekend in August 2005, they broke through the vault floor and made off with 160 million Brazilian reais, roughly $70 million. Because the notes were unmarked and uninsured, most of the money was never recovered. Several were arrested, but the mastermind disappeared, possibly with the cash. 5. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum Heist, $500 million. 2 men dressed as police officers talked their way into Boston's Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum on St. Patrick's Day night. Once inside, they tied up the guards and spent 81 minutes taking 13 pieces of priceless art, including works by Vermeer, Rembrandt, and Degas. To this day, none of the art has been recovered, and no one has been arrested. The stolen pieces are valued at over $500 million, making it the biggest art theft in modern history. 4. The Lufthansa Heist, $6 million. If you've seen the movie Goodfellas, you've heard of this one. In 1978, mob associates carried out the Lufthansa Heist at JFK Airport in New York, stealing $6 million in cash and jewels, worth more than $25 million today. The operation was slick, silent, and deadly. Nearly everyone involved in the job met a violent end. Many believe the mob killed them off to prevent snitches. The case remained one of the most infamous unsolved crimes for decades, until one final suspect was charged in 2014. 3. The Antwerp Diamond Heist, $100 million. This one was dubbed the heist of the century. Leonardo Notarbartolo posed as a diamond dealer for years, gaining trust and access to Antwerp's diamond center. On Valentine's weekend, he and his crew broke into the ultra-secure vault, bypassing 10 layers of security, and made off with more than $100 million in diamonds, gold, and cash. Only a fraction of the loot was recovered. Notar Bartolo was caught and sentenced, but he claims it was part of an even bigger insurance fraud scheme. The diamonds? Still missing. 2. The Great Train Robbery, $4 million. It may not be the biggest, but it's one of the most legendary. A gang of 15 men stopped a Royal Mail train in rural England and stole £2.6 million, equivalent to over $50 million today. Using inside information and no firearms, they pulled off the heist without firing a single shot. Most were caught, but the mastermind, Ronnie Biggs, escaped prison and lived in Brazil for decades before finally turning himself in. 1. The Central Bank of Iraq robbery, $1 billion. And topping our list is the largest bank heist in history. In March 2003, just before the US invasion of Iraq, Saddam Hussein allegedly ordered his son Qusay to withdraw $1 billion in cash from Iraq's central bank. It wasn't even a robbery in the traditional sense. Qusay handed over a handwritten note, and the bank complied. After Saddam's regime fell, around $650 million was found hidden in palace walls. But the rest? Gone without a trace. And there you have it, the top 10 biggest robberies in history. Some were genius, others terrifying, and a few still remain unsolved to this day. Which one shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for more unbelievable stories from around the world.